Is Linda. Oh, sorry. This is Linda from CIS. Thank you so much for joining me today. I very much appreciate it. What I would like to do is just give you an overview of CIS for those of you who are not familiar with us. CIS is actually a local project lead service. We're located right here in New Jersey, Morris County, Kinnelon. We do have another office up in Mahwah, Bergen County. And we basically report on projects right here in New Jersey. And then we dip into parts of New York, Eastern PA, and Delaware. So we are very focused, local, and regional. That is what we target. The owners of CIS are Don and Chris Colabella. Don is actually a civil engineer by trade. And the reason why he started the company was because back in the day, he had started his own construction business. And he was getting frustrated on having to rely on the national services to get local project information. He was missing projects. He wasn't getting timely information. He would hardly even get the bid results on jobs. So due to his frustration, he decided to team up with his daughter, Chris, and start CIS 32 years ago. So I'm going to log in the upper right. Oops, gotta start my timer so I don't go overboard. Okay, so I'm gonna log in and bring you to the CIS homepage, which we call the desktop. Just give me 2 seconds to log in here. Okay, here we go. Let me close that. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger so you can see it. Okay, so first of all, most of my audience today are excavation contractors and site work contractors. So that's where I'm gonna focus this presentation on. But no matter who you are, we start all of our clients off with the same homepage. So this is my desktop. That's what our homepage is. We call it my desktop. Underneath my desktop, you're going to see my saved reports. And then underneath, you're going to see a daily email, a last viewed report, and an index report. So these are where all the projects are listed, which we'll get into in a minute. Underneath that is a customized report. So basically, we work with contractors, suppliers, equipment dealers, bonding agencies, surety companies, law firms. Anyone involved in the construction industry can utilize our service to keep an eye on the projects. But some people might want to customize reports rather than just using the standard reports that we start them off with. The far right of our desktop would be our search feature. So you can search by service area. If I do the drop-down bar here, you'll see these are the areas that we report on projects. North and South Jersey, Eastern PA, Delaware, the city, Long Island, and Southern New York. So as a company, that's it. That's what we're honing in on for project information. And then as you go over these icons, you can search for a project by name. You can search for a contractor or a sub. So you can look for a contractor by name, or you can search a sub by trade, because we also have a construction directory, which is actually free for the public. So we got subs. You can search for suppliers, equipment dealers, engineers, professional services. You know, maybe you need to get some soil tested. You need a testing company. That's what professional services is. Owners, you could look up an owner if you want to see what they have on their books for projects. And then the handshake would be looking for contractors, looking for subs. So that's our search bar, and underneath it is our tracked files. I call this my filing cabinet. You have tracked contractors, and what that means is if you're subbing excavation or site work to certain contractors that you'd like to do business with, certain GCs, you could put them in you could track them so that whenever they pick up plans or win a bid or get affiliated with the project, the service is going to notify you of that. And then obviously you want to track projects you come across that would be of interest to you that you want to follow up on. And we'll alert you right here on the homepage anytime you have updated activity. So let me start with our daily email report, which is the first report. CIS has 40 reporters. Half of them are dedicated to finding private work for our customers, and the other half is dedicated to finding public bid work. So both types of projects are in the daily email, which I'm going to review with you. If I click on it, it's self-explanatory, very simple and easy to use. This is our daily email. Today is Wednesday, so it's for Wednesday. We actually emailed it to our customers last night, so they get very fast and timely information. And I already preset the categories. So I'm looking at new buildings, roads and bridges, and then our heavy civil marine work, underground utilities. That's what I decided to share with you today for your site work or excavation projects. Now, when you go to the daily email, there's actually 5 tabs, starting with pre-planning, ending in negotiated. The first 2 tabs, pre-planning and planning, this is how CIS finds out about private construction projects. We work with the town planning boards. We go through their monthly meeting minutes, and we are hunting down ground up construction. We report on any commercial building, 5,000 square feet or bigger. So it could be just an addition or a new 5,000 square foot building or bigger. We report on hotels and warehouses and office buildings and shopping centers and gas station, like the Wawas and stuff that are going up everywhere. And then we also report on the residential piece of it, but it's 10 units or more. So 10 condos or more, 10 apartment buildings or more, mixed use, that kind of thing. So that's what we hunt down in the private sector. And then we put it into the first 2 tabs. So the first tab is pre-planning. That would be a private owner going to your local town board meeting to see if they could build maybe like an apartment complex on Main Street in Little Falls, for example. And pre-planning would be preliminary. It's very early on. We don't have anything today that would be new or updated to share with you. But just so that you understand, the pre-planning is just like a heads up. This private developer is looking to build in your town, and it was presented at a board meeting. That's basically what that is. As they get their early on, preliminary approvals, they will eventually move to the planning board for their final approvals. So for today, there are 8 projects that we're reporting on just for Wednesday. They're all updated. So there's nothing new today, but there's updated projects that we already told our customers about that we need to update for today. So if I look at the first one, for example, privately funded Aldi on Route 202 in Branchburg. If I click on this, this is what the private information looks like. We provide the project name, location, any contact we have. In this case, we have the attorney listed and the owner listed. Then we give you the planning notes is actually what CIS is providing you every time we update this project, which we'll do in a second. But I always suggest you look at the description first. First, I want to find out what they want to build here in Somerset, New Jersey, to determine if it's something I'm even interested in. So this is a minor subdivision of property into 4.5 acres. They want to build a 19,000 square foot grocery store. They want to build a commercial development project to be determined at a later date. There's some parking involved. And then they also link you to another project which is related to this one. So if I click on it really quick, you'll see that they also want to build, a quick check restaurant and medical building at the same location. So whenever more than one project is related to each other, we automatically just give you that link to link to it. But anyway, the description tells you what they want to build. The planning notes tells you where is it at as of today. So we're telling you that the minor subdivision and preliminary and final major site plan will be reviewed on August 8th. So you're just going to decide if this is something that would be of interest to you based on the location and what they want to build. And then you're going to track it here in the upper right corner. I'm just going to track this project. It's going to go into my filing cabinet. And I'm not going to worry about it until CIS updates this after that meeting on August 8th. So I'm going to track that one project here. As you go through the rest of these, you can see there's that's the one we just looked at as well. Restaurant, residential, senior living in Gloucester. We got some apartments and retail, mixed use. They're doing something here at the Trenton Mercer Airport, apartments, housing in Long Hill. I'll just look at this one as another example of a private project, senior housing. Again, located in Long Hill. The owner is Capital Seniors, design firm. Go straight to the description. They want to build a 3-story assisted living and memory care facility with 87 units, 100 beds, and some parking spots. So again, if this is something that might be of interest to you, we want to find out where is this at with the boards, the planning notes. The application for preliminary and final site plan will be reviewed at the zoning board on July 25th. So we don't know anything until it goes to that meeting, so I'm going to track it. Okay, as we go through the town board monthly meeting minutes to gather this information and to find out what's happening with these projects, our reporters are simultaneously reaching out to the contacts at these private, the private developer, the owner, the engineer, whoever we can get on the phone. And we want to find out whether or not they already awarded their GC, since that's going to be, get done behind the scenes. So once we confirm that these projects actually have a GC that was awarded, we're going to jump all the way to the last tab called negotiating. Because these are private projects where the developer is either GCing their own job or they hired a GC. So for today, there's one job in the negotiated stages. It's updated. And if I look at it, the Bridge of Vermella, it's in on Passaic Avenue in Kearney. Russo is the developer owner / contractor. So this is who you would want to reach out to if you want to find out if there's any excavation or site work that they could utilize your services with, or how to get on their bidders list. But let's go down to the description. And we see that this is a demolition of industrial buildings for the construction of a mixed-use development spanning 9 properties. So big project. They want to do 3 buildings, clubhouse. Let's see here, apartment buildings, retail, restaurant, pool, and 431 parking spaces. So this is a big project. Maybe it's too big for you and you don't care to read it and you just want to move on, or whatever the case may be. But that's where the private sector projects go. Public work is a total different situation than private work, because by law, the government has to post their jobs in the public notices. So for today, there's 23 projects we're reporting on in the out to bid stages. You're going to see that the new ones are listed at the top of the page. They're in bid date order, July 11th, July 20th, July 25th. So if you're more focused on public work, you're going to read through these, here's a road improvements, demolition, fencing, concrete works, snow removal. This is a synthetic turf, which you may not be interested in. Here's one right here. It is a rebid for a park, and it's brand new. So Putnam Park revitalization, they had already put a bid out. They didn't accept it, so they put it out for rebid. What's nice about the rebids is CIF links you directly to the original bid, so you can see what happened the first time around. So anyway, this is brand new. It's bidding on August 3rd. The published date is up here in the upper right corner, telling you when we first reported on it, which is today, which is why it's brand new. You have your basic information, location, owner, design firms. How do I get my documents? Where? How much? Sometimes there'll be a contact for you to reach out to. The notes section here is telling you that you can click on this link to get the original bid information, and that the bid opening will be held publicly. It gives you a description. This is a 7.5 acre park, 2 tennis courts, and they want to revitalize this park with a new playground, pickleball courts, tennis courts, pavilion. And so we have a brief description. The owner will not share with CIS who the plan holders are, even if we send our reporter to their front door to ask for them. In this case, we would have to fill out the Oprah forms to request that they give it to us. And so we're letting you know as a sub that this owner will not share with CIS who the plan holders are. So in your case, as a sub, you probably would have to wait for this to bid in order to find out who you might want to reach out to offer your services to. Or if you want to bid it as a prime, let's take a look at the original bid and find out what happened the first time around. So this bid, June 15th at 10 o'clock, the scope of work is identical to what we have today. It's the same project. But now you can see that they rejected this bid. Short Top was the low bidder at 1.2 million. Stillo Excavating was 1.3 million. For some reason, they rejected it. But you could assume that this is going to be about a $1 million project and decide whether or not it's something that you want to go after, look at the plans, and put your bid in. While I'm here, I want to show you this button that says I'm interested. This is for CIS customers only. To put your company's name out there if you're interested in subbing or supplying this project. So for example, if I click on this, it's going to say Linda Construction. That's my fake company for today. Oh no, it says Construction Information System, sorry. So this would indicate that I'm interested in providing my services to the low bidder. It's just to get your name out there in front of our customers. I always recommend you call the low bidder and pursue them if you want to work with them, but hopefully our clients, will also reach out to you. I'm going to take my name off of here for now, just because it's not a real company. But if I look at Straight Edge Striping, for example, obviously they're striping, but if you want some more information about them, you can just click on them and you can see who they are, where they're located. They've got some contact information listed here, what they do, and they're in line striping. So like I mentioned, we have a free construction directory. If I look up line striping contractors, they're going to show up in the directory. And this is what their company profile page would look like. All of you could have your own company profile page. It is a free directory. So if you want local GCs to know about your services, please feel free to, update your listing if you don't already have one, and indicate, what type of services that you provide so they can reach out to you. All right, let me go backwards here. So we were looking at the public bids. So again, those were the new projects that we reported on for today. Let me see if I have an updated project here to look at. I'll look at the one here. It's bidding on the 25th. It's public. Again, if I click on it, it gives you your bid date. And in the upper right, it tells you that CIS publishes, oh, this just came out yesterday, June 27th, and I happen to have tracked it yesterday. So this came out on June 27th. It's bidding on the 25th. What do we know about this so far? Well, your basic information, owners, design firms, documents, how much of the documents, any kind of special bonding I need. There's a special notes section here telling you about the bids, how they'll be received in the meeting room on the first floor, single contract, scope of work, earthwork, subbase and base courses, pavements. So here's just to take a step back, when we first report on a new bid, you're basically just going to get the public notice that they put in the newspaper. But then our reporters are going to follow up with the engineers to get the scope of work, the main quantities, which you see here. We actually go out to their offices, go through the plans, and try and get our clients the main list of quantities to help you determine the size of this project and whether or not there's something in here for you. Here's 1,600 square yards of excavation unclassified. So these are the main list of quantities. Before you even pick up the plans, you could see these. And another owner that will not release to us who the plan holders are, who you're going to be bidding against if you bid it as a prime, or who you might need to reach out to if you want to bid it as a sub. But this is where the CIS reps come in, the reporters, and really, hone in on getting you as much information as possible with a click of a button. All right, so those are new and updated public bids for today. To show you how fast we are with the bid results, there's 10 projects here that we provided bid results for today. As you can see, the top half of these jobs, they all bid yesterday, June 27th. The results were literally posted on our website last night, which is when we sent you this email. And the first one, for example, is a public job for field upgrades. Applied Landscape is the low bidder. Here's his bid, 1.425. But if you want to get more information about this project, you just click on it. You can see the original information CIS had posted on this job. This is the description says it's site work required for installation of new turf. So I guess I'm assuming that's turf, not real grass. I don't know. You'd have to get the plans for that. But Applied Landscape was the low bidder at 1.4. Dakota was second at 1.5. So these were the two bids that came in yesterday. Applied Landscape most likely will be doing the jobs as long as he didn't, as long as all of his paperwork is accurate for the public work. And so those are the bid results. What I'm going to do while I'm here is you can look at any of these companies. Let's look at Dakota, for example. This is Dakota Excavating. So this is their free profile. Our company specializes in excavation services, and call Larry with any questions. You can look up any company, whether it's the owner, the engineer, the contractor. This is where you would track the contractors based on our track contractor folder, and you can find out if they're holding any plans, which they are not right now. There'd be a tab that says they're holding plans if you want to see what they're currently looking to bid, so that if you do the same type of work as they do, you don't miss out on it. You can look at their low bids in the past 3 years. So we could see here on June 20th, they were low bid on a field in a middle school in Wharton. If I click on it, again, it's going to give me his bid, and then Land Tech Group bid against him. So he's the low bidder on this project. He also bid May 31st, which was rejected, some tennis courts that he was low bid on. Not only did he bid this job in October of 22, but we confirmed he also got the award. But low bids tells you in the past 3 years what this company was low bid on. Other bid shows you that they bid some other jobs, like the one we just looked at, but he was not the low bidder. So this is our project history report. Our clients love this because you can look up anybody, even if it's a private owner, and get their entire book of business. All right, so I can see I'm already running out of time. The daily email is basically telling you on a daily basis the new jobs that just hit the streets, and then the projects that we updated for that day, as well as bid results. The second report are new projects since I last viewed this report. What that means is if you don't want to look at CIS every day, you could choose to look at the last viewed report every other day, every 3 days, once a week, and it'll show you all the projects that you missed since you last looked at it. And the index report is just a listing of all the current jobs out for bid publicly. So a public contractor would want to go through this report and find all the excavating and site jobs that pertain to them, because these are the jobs we already reported on that you may not know about. Today in the daily report, we showed you what was new and updated just for today, but these are all the jobs that already came out in the public notices that haven't bid yet, and you want to decide if there's anything here that might be a good possibility for you to bid on. We can also create custom reports. We don't have time to do that today, but I did create just a file called Excavation and Site Work, and I went through the entire public and private sector projects just for the past 30 days. And it's pulling projects that indicate they need excavation or site work. So you got your pre-planning projects. If I click on these apartments in Morristown, this is a Morristown project. Accurate Builders is the developer. It's indicating here that one of the trades included will be excavation. The description will tell you what the job entails. And again, the planning notes indicate that the town council have been authorized to proceed with the development of a redevelopment plan on August 8th. Then we go through our planning boards. Again, we're going back 1 month now, and I'm only looking for projects that have the word up here, earthwork, excavate, or site work within the scope of work somewhere. So there's 23 projects here that have been updated in the past month that need site work and or earthwork or excavation. One of my keywords are popping up on these projects. You have your out to bid projects, 64 jobs currently out to bid with your trade, site work, or excavation. We have our bid results, which I already showed you. But in the past month, there's actually 103 bid results that came in with excavation and site work involved in the project. And then we have our negotiated projects. So today, before I showed you our daily report, this is going back 30 days if you want to kind of go backwards and see what you might have missed. So moving along real quickly, if I want to search, this is our directory. If I want to search in North Jersey for a company that does excavating, I'm going to click on the little helmet here for subs. I'm going to type excavation. It's going to bring me to my CIS directory. And there's a listing of 461 companies that indicate they'll do excavating work in Northern New Jersey, because that's what I'm looking at right now. If you see on the far right, you're going to see some advertisers: North American Aggregates, Bostech Industries, Herman's Trucking. These are companies that are paying, in addition to being listed in our free directory, they want some extra exposure, so they have advertisements on our website. And these are our sidebar ads, but we also have ads right underneath the trades if you want to be in the top spot, so I don't have to go through 3 pages to find your name. There are advertisements available up here. If I look at paving really quick, just to show you what the ads look like, under paving contractors, you'll see Miko, Richard, and Capital Paving are all indicating that they provide paving services in North Jersey. So a GC might be more likely to call someone in the advertisement rather than going through the entire list trying to find someone. So that is our search bar, how to find sub-suppliers and advertising. And then my track files. I don't think I tracked anyone. Oh yeah, I did. I have 2 companies in here tracked. What that means is if one of them picks up plans or wins a bid tomorrow, it's going to be indicated right here on the homepage that there was an update. And same with my track projects. I've got 10 projects in here. But tomorrow, if any of these jobs were updated with new information, my homepage, my desktop is going to alert me that there's been an update. So thank you very much for your time. I did go a little bit over. CIS provides a lot of information. We're very detailed, we're very focused, and we're very fast. If any of you would like to schedule a one-on-one review so I could just hone in on what you're looking for, I'm more than happy to do that. You should already have my phone number or my email, but just in case, I'm at 973-219-0601. That's my cell. You can call or text me. Some of you might have sent in some questions during the webinar, which I will get to. They'll be sent to me afterwards, after we shut down here. And finally, you will be getting a follow-up email from me, which includes this webinar so that you could view it for the next 24 hours if you just want to go back and take a look at it. But I hope to talk to you guys soon. Thanks again for your time and enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you.